I was recently in India a couple weeks ago, and I saw something there that was the most impressive thing I've seen with my own two eyes. It's called the Bahubali statue. I have photos in the India folder. It's 1,000 tons. So it's as big as the biggest destroyed structures, or the biggest destroyed statues in Egypt, but it's still standing. It's in India. It's on top of a mountain. It's made of granite. That's a person at the bottom of it.
Holy shit.
It's made of white granite. There's, the jury's out on whether it was moved there, built somewhere else and moved there, or whether this was built at the top of the hill from living stone. But in my mind, this thing is clearly machined. It's absolutely perfect. Those ears are 5.5 feet long.
Whoa. Look at the lips and the fingernails and everything. Look how crazy the precision is.
It's perfect. Look at the head. So these are all photos I took while I was there. It stands, it's 60 feet tall. It's 1,000 tons. So it's the largest standing statue on Earth from ancient times.
And where's the stone supposedly coming from?
Well, the story is, and I actually think I believe it, the whole mountain is granite. And so in order for this thing, so that's just it poking out above the temple that's built around it.
That's mad.
It's insane. The story is that basically it was...
Look at the leaves on his arm.
That they built it out of living stone, that it's still connected to the mountain. And it kind of looks like that when you walk around it. You can see this rough stone at the bottom. But it looks very different than the stone from the mountain itself. So this is a white granite. Yeah, so you can see how it almost looks like living stone. Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine how you could have erected that and moved it to the top of this mountain. So I personally believe that it was found, it was built there, and
so
it's still connected.
So it was a large stone that was there,
yeah.
And they just went in and chiseled the statue out of it.
Yep. It represents Bahubali, which was it's a Jain statue. And Bahubali was a man who achieved enlightenment by standing still for a full year. So the ant and cobra hills at the bottom, and then the vines grew up around him.
Oh.
So he's the picture of enlightenment.
Whoa.
So just look at that image. How was that built? I sat in front of this thing for 2 hours, just entranced by it. And the beautiful thing about the temples in India is they are all living temples. So they're actively being taken care of by the community. They're active places of worship. They're not off in the jungle breaking down. They're being taken care of. And this looks like it was carved yesterday.
And what timeline is this attributed to?
About 980 AD.
And why do they think that?
Because of those very unsophisticated inscriptions at the base of it.
Can I see those inscriptions? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so sophisticated. They look really shitty.
So they carved those around the base, and they said, I built this.
Look how clunky those inscriptions are.
This paragraph here on this thing I showed you about Hanger Watt shines a little light onto that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it says, I'll let you read it.
Buildings of temples by the Khmer kings was a means of legitimizing their claim to political office and also to lay claim to the protection and powers of the gods. Hindu temples are not a place of religious congregation. Instead, they are homes of the god. In order for a king to lay claim to his political office, he had to prove that the gods did not support his predecessors or his enemies. To this end, the king had to build the grandest temple palace for the gods, one that proved to be more lavish than any previous temples. In doing so, the king could make visible his ability to harness the energy and resources to construct the temple and assert that his temple was the only place that a god would consider residing in on earth.
Interestingly, in Cambodia, all of the pyramids were the first structures claimed by the kings. So the first king built the first pyramid, the second king built the second pyramid. So what I think they were doing is they were going into this landscape and they were finding these incredibly sophisticated pyramids. And just like that paragraph suggests, they said, wow, this is the coolest thing I can find around. And they wrote their name on it. And then once all the pyramids were taken, then they started claiming the berets. They started claiming the really nice temples. Like there's a temple called Bantier Sray, which is a red sandstone temple. It's beautiful. It's one of the coolest places I've ever been. They claimed all of these places first. So all of the coolest stuff in Cambodia is the oldest. And then once everything was claimed, then they started building new ones, like that Bayon temple that you saw with the faces and the smaller stones. So that's what I think happened in Cambodia.
Jamie, can you go back once again to that giant statue and the inscriptions on it? Those inscriptions are weird because it's so shitty.
Yeah.
Like, look how bad the lines are, how squiggly they are and broken up.
And there's another photo in there of the rest of the inscriptions. They're even worse. I mean, these are actually very nice compared to the ones that are...
But not when you consider the grandness of the actual statue itself. The statue is so spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, look how they wrote it just up any space that they could find.
Yeah.
They wrote their name there. But it looks entirely different than the rest of the statue.
Right.
Graffiti.
It looks super clunky.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it really does. It's a stark contrast.
The toe on this statue is 3 feet long. The ear is larger than most humans.
That's so crazy. Like, looking at it, it's so...
Isn't it incredible?
Imagine the time that it would take to make something like this with chisels.
Yes. And there was nothing else made like it.
Not only that, like, what are we talking about in terms of metallurgy back then?
Oh, hammers and chisels.
Yeah, well, did they even have iron?
Yeah, they did.
They had
Yeah.
iron. So they had iron chisels. And this is, again, was it 900?
900 AD.
God.
And it's almost perfectly symmetrical.
And you think it looks machined.
I do. It looks very similar to the Egyptian statues. I have some side-by-side photos in the folder.
Can you focus on the neck, Jamie? Go back to the neck. Because one of the things that was crazy about when you saw the image of the neck, like, look at the lines.
I know.
Like, what is that?
There's similar lines like that on the large statues in Cambodia, and there's similar lines like that on the large statues in Egypt.
This one reminds me of Mount Rushmore. Didn't we make that by hand or no? I don't know.
I think they used dynamite.
I'm just kidding. Just like that's the only thing in my head I can think of.
No, that's true. Mount Rushmore is immense.
And this is
Yeah.
white granite, so this is an extremely hard stone.
What was Mount Rushmore made?
I don't have to look. I just was thinking of it. It's like we made that like 1,000 years later.
That is true. That is true. But we did that with machines.
Yeah,
they had
that's
machines back then.
Yeah.
I mean, they had jackhammers. They had all kinds of stuff back then.
And these were civilizations that were at war, but somehow they found the time to carve this.
I'm wondering what those lines in the neck are supposed to represent.
Yeah.
Like, the statue's so beautiful.
Isn't it amazing?
God, it's so incredible.
Maybe they were gonna make something and stopped.
You know how dope that would be if that was in your backyard? I'd never get anything
You
done.
can see this thing from 50 miles away. It's
Whoa.
up on top of a mountain, and it's at the peak of the mountain. So from 50 miles in each direction, you can see this massive statue just staring serenely. So it's a Gomachwara Bali Bali statue of, so there's a couple of different ones. This one's the best one. So that's the third picture to the right.
The one in the middle, yeah.
So yeah, that's a drone photo of it. One I was
That
able to get.
is crazy.
It's crazy, and it's the largest ancient standing statue in the world, and very few people talk about this thing.
I've never even heard of it until today.
Yep.
Wow. So that was probably just a big ass rock that was there, and they chipped away everything to make that.
I mean, there's two options. One, maybe it was a big rock, but look how much would have had to have been reduced. And look at the stones to the right. You can see how different they look than the statue itself.
Do you think it's possible that stone was moved there?
I think it's possible it was moved there, not with any technology we recognize today. But I think it's absolutely possible. It would have had to have been taken to the top of this mountain, which is like 650 feet high, and stood up. But even if it wasn't, even if it was a standalone boulder like the ones you see below it, that's still an extraordinary feat to carve.